Forget about World War III, there's a war going on right now in your favorite game, and it's called skill-based matchmaking. It's ruining friendships, breaking lobbies, and making every match a complete sweatfest. But is it actually ruining gaming? Or are we just mad that we can't stomp on noobs anymore? Today we're diving into the most toxic, divisive, and rage-inducing system in online gaming, and whether it's secretly saving our games or killing them. Now look, I know I'm tragically outdated with my takes, but I'm an old man. And if there's anything that us old men do best, it's yap about old video games and eating butterscotch candy. Get off my lawn! I come from a different time. A prehistoric age back when battle passes weren't even a fever dream. Back then, a casual playlist meant that it was, well, casual. You might find yourself being able to sit all the way back on your couch if you wanted. Playing Big Team Battle in Halo 2 was always a thoroughly mixed bag of happy accidents. Sometimes you get teammates who'd actually go for the objective. Thank you, Jarvis, for finally driving the Warthog instead of just sitting on the damn turret all day. And other times, I need help! I need help! But no matter what, it was always a good time.
But some things changed. Today, even casual matches feel like Native American sweat lodges, requiring you to lock in constantly just to stand a chance. It's strange. It's almost like the game is punishing you for doing well. Do you want to know why it feels like that? Because it is. And it's my certified old man take that SBMM is a big part of the problem.
But what the hell is SBMM anyway? SBMM, or skill-based matchmaking, is a system that tries to match you with players of similar skill. Okay, that's not so bad.
Not so fast, old bean. It's a matchmaking paradigm that attempts to algorithmically estimate your competency as a player and pair you with others of statistically similar abilities.
Isn't that just what
It typically relies on modified ELO systems and utilizes Bayesian inference to continuously update your performance estimate after every match.
Okay, he's gonna just keep going.
Performance factors such as kill-death ratios, accuracy, win-loss deltas, input latency, and engagement duration to properly evaluate the player's performance.
Okay, I get it. It's complicated and confusing with numbers and... What are we talking about?
Games like Overwatch, Warzone, Fortnite all use some variation of this in their matchmaking, even in their unranked playlists.
The way it works is that each new player is assigned a hidden provisional ELO rating, typically starting around 1000. This provisional phase lasts for about 10 to 30 matches, depending on the game you're in. During this period, your rating can swing wildly from match to match, as a system tries to figure out where you truly belong. If you face someone with the same ELO as you, it's considered a 50-50 matchup. And for every 100 ELO points higher you are than your opponent, it gives you about 12% increase in win rate. So a 100-point gap would give you a 62% chance of winning that round. ELO also rewards upsets. So if you beat a higher rated player than yourself, you gain more points than usual. And if you lose someone that's way below your rating, you lose more. Once your provisional period ends, ELO starts to slow down and becomes more of an accurate representation of where you truly belong. This is all completely hidden, but this is what's being done in the background to match you up with all these opponents.
Okay, that's great and all, Beebo, but why should I give a crap about that? Well, it's because things weren't always like this.
If we rewind the clock to 2004, yeah, let's push past all those AIM messages and Linkin Park playing on your MySpace page. Totally not cringe, by the way. But more importantly, we'll be playing in those Halo 2 lobbies.
Legitimately, this was the pinnacle of gaming at the time. Xbox Live was brand new and was taking over the landscape of online gaming, and it was here that I cemented my love for first-person shooters.
Unlike modern titles, Halo didn't have SBMM in its social playlists. Instead, those matches were formed based on your connection quality, party size, and region. And when you form matches like this, they're not gonna be perfectly balanced. And that's the whole point. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some idiot teammates, but so is the other team probably. There's so much more room for ridiculous situations to unfold in these lobbies. So much more room for fun. And isn't that why we play video games to begin with?
Absolutely not. Video games are extremely serious and need to be taken seriously. Rigorous skill ratings, lever penalties, and reporting systems are a bare minimum, Private. You must resign yourself as a slave to the meta. And if you ever have the sense that you're beginning to enjoy yourself, you better cut that sissy shit out immediately. And why on God's green earth are you not on the point right now, Private?
Yeah, it's basically like a war zone out here.
Every match forcing me into my best character or loadout. It sucks, man. Like, what if I want to experiment or try to get better with a different character? Nope. F*** you and f you for trying to have fun. And let me be clear, I'm only talking about unranked and social game modes. I'm all for ranked being as sweaty as possible, because to me, that makes sense.
If I was playing in the NCAA, I would expect everyone there to be trying as hard as they can to win. But if I'm just playing a pickup game of basketball with my friends, I don't want to be playing against 5 LeBron Jameses? And what happens if you happen to actually win that match? Congratulations, now you get to go against LeBron James on cocaine.
You might say, but Beebo, if all these game companies are doing this, there's gotta be a good reason for it, right?
Indeed, you do speak the correctitude. It's something that I didn't want to admit for a long time. But SBMM, it works. Just not for me.
You see, in my research for this video, I discovered something truly terrible. That for the very first time, I was wrong about my initial assumptions. I know it's hard for me to believe too, but it turns out that numbers and graphs are pretty convincing.
I came across this set of white papers that Activision put out discussing the impacts of their experimentation with matchmaking in Call of Duty, and their conclusions? Well, they pretty much describe my entire experience. But first, let's have a brief rundown on how matchmaking actually works in their game. You see, at the very top of the priority list is connection. The system tries to find you with the lowest latency game possible so you're not getting shot through walls or rubber banding across the map like it's 2009. Next comes how quickly it can get you into a match. Nobody likes staring at a loading screen, so if it can't find a match immediately, it's going to start to loosen up some of those parameters. Next, it looks at the maps and modes you've been playing recently. So if you've been playing Shipment 5 times in a row, yeah, it's going to try to find you something else. And then this is where SBMM comes in. That's when it's going to try to find as many people as possible within a certain range of your skill level. And lastly, we have what input device you're using, like keyboard or mouse, and what platform you're playing on. And there we have it. I'm finally loaded into a match, and we got stomped.
Now that exact experience reflects exactly what Activision found with their experiments on SBMM.
Each one of these bars represents the skill curve of the player base. And we can see here that basically every single one of these groups responded negatively to the removal of SBMM. Negative meaning that their chance of not coming back to the game was increased by a certain percentage. Except for this little guy. That's me. I am the greatest.
When given the opportunity to flex their skills over lower skill players, turns out that people really like that. It just alienates the greater population of gamers. On the flip side, they also performed a reverse test where they made the skill ratings even more strict, and it's just as you might expect.
Everybody up to the top 80% is having a great time, but not so much over here. The feeling of being punished for being skilled, turns out that people don't like that either. They clarify that the last graph is adjusted further than their normal implementation of SBMM, and since we don't have exact data on it, our assumption is that it's somewhere in between the two.
So what then? Does that just make me an elitist who wants game developers to just cater to just himself? Yes! I mean, no! Of course not. But I honestly don't think I would care as much as I do if games are always like this. And I think that's the problem.
It really only sucks because I actually remember what Destiny 2 was like before they implemented skill-based matchmaking in their quick play games. Back when things were perfect. We had no wars, no struggles, and everyone agreed on everything. I could go into the Crucible with a loaf of bread and still top frag most games. And if you went in with a group, bro, there was like no way you were gonna lose.
Looking back, yeah, I could see why this would be a problem. Especially if you were trying to build a healthy and balanced PvP ecosystem. Back in the Halo 2 days, matchmaking was chaotic. You'd have some incredible highs and clutch wins, but you could just as easily get steamrolled 5 matches in a row.
And we also just didn't know any better. It was either this or shooting out light bulbs in Splinter Cell. That kind of randomness, that unpredictability was part of the magic of that era. It's a relic from a time when games didn't try to curate your experience for every second.
But going forward, I think the ranked playlists are the only place left for me, if I want to keep any of my sanity. And hey, you might think this is all blatantly obvious, like duh Beebo, you elitist pile of garbage, go sweat your balls off. But the reason I play games is to have fun with my friends. It's not to be the best player in the world.
This just shows me that maybe I need to try looking somewhere else for these kinds of fun experiences. Like maybe if Elden Ring Night Reign continues to do well, maybe I can try to weave that more into my sessions, but I don't really know yet. I still enjoy playing Overwatch from time to time, but playing it as my main main game can be really draining with its levels of toxicity. Not me though, I've never lost my cool in a video game. But anyway, that just about does it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and consider liking or subscribing if you made it this far. Make sure to comment down below how utterly out of touch I am. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you, bye. If we